All right, if you have a question for Tyus, use the hand raise feature. We'll start with Evan Barnes.
Hey, Tyus, I know the motto of you guys obviously is one game at a time, but just being in the playoff race in April now, do you guys feel like last year really kind of helped you guys just prepare for this, this stretch of meaningful games?
For sure. Just having been in a similar situation just late in the season, playoff picture, giving ourselves a chance to play postseason basketball. It definitely prepared us for this year. And it just kind of reiterates our, one game at a time motto. So we're going to stick to that, continue to try to win the day, win each game, that we have in front of us and not look too far, ahead.
Marcus Fuller.
Tyus, if you can hear me, obviously it's great to see you doing well for the Grizz. I don't know if you've seen too much of the tournament. If you had a chance to take a look at what Jalen Suggs has been doing, a fellow Minnesotan point guard. Can you talk maybe about your relationship with him? And then obviously he has a chance to do what you did as a freshman and try to lead his team to a championship.
Yeah, been following along the tournament just like everyone else. Best time of the year, and obviously following Jalen, known him since he was grade school, coming to watch my games. So it's cool to see him continue to evolve, grow as a player, as a person. It's fun for me to watch and see him represent obviously himself and his family, and also the state of Minnesota, and continue to put Minnesota basketball on the map. So I'm excited for him to finish out the tournament, see what he can continue to do, and looking forward to seeing him on this level, soon. But like I said, it's a lot of fun to see where he's, came from, grew up to where he is now. Just a lot of hard work, dedication has gone into it, and just him wanting to be great. So it's fun to track his progress.
Drew Hill.
Tyus, the play-in structure is a little bit different this year than it was last year in the bubble, but just the way that last season ended, has that kind of helped you guys grasp how important it is to try and either avoid the play-in altogether, or at least be in an advantageous situation if you are in the play-in?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's kind of the way it's set up, right? You want to be, you want to have the upper hand. You want to be, obviously, first and foremost, you don't want to be in the play-in. You want to just make the playoffs outright if you can, and if you have the chance to. But if you are in the play-in, you obviously want to be one of the higher seeds in it. And so I think you see there's a few teams there. We got kind of a pack of teams there that are all within a couple games of each other, and but that's why every night matters, every game matters, and especially the later we get here into the season. Now we're in April. The further down the stretch we get, the more crucial those games are. So once again, it goes back to our motto: just take it one game at a time, because we don't want to look ahead and drop meaningful games that we feel like down the stretch. You don't want to look back and say we gave one away back in March or back in January that could have changed our positioning here in May. So just continue to take it one game at a time, continue to try to grow each and every day as a team, and give ourselves a chance night in and night out.
Mark Giannotto.
Hey, Tyus, beyond what Dillon brings as with his skill set, shooting, defense, whatever, how valuable is his, I guess, attitude on the court, the way he carries himself? And then to follow up on that, do you enjoy watching him kind of sometimes get under people's skin and kind of get people out of their games? How valuable is all that beyond what he brings as from his skill set?
Yeah, it's extremely valuable. He sets the tone for us night in and night out with his energy and his competitiveness. You have no choice but to try to match that when you're playing alongside him. So he's extremely valuable. I tell him, every night, set the tone for us out the gate, because when his energy, with his energy level, with his passion that he brings on both ends of the floor. Um, everyone around him has to raise their level of alertness and competitiveness as well. So it's extremely important, and you love having him on your side. I think that's one thing is he's one of those guys that when you see us on the schedule, other players know what he's bringing to the table. In that, yeah, he can easily get under guys' skin, but at the same time, we love having that on our side of the ball. So, yeah, to answer your question, he's extremely valuable to us.
Megan Triplett.
Hey, Tyus. In these last couple of games after them, we've heard the message about just playing a complete full 48 minutes. In your evaluation of these last two games, what would you say has kind of been just that missing factor to kind of put that full package together?
I don't know. I think it's just I think we're not cutting down teams' runs as well as we know we can. Basketball's a game of runs, but when other teams are going on their runs, we got to be able to withstand those a little bit better, and just continue to lock in, continue to stay focused on the small details for the full 48, and that's what we're striving for. And it's not an easy task, but it's something that we're going to have to do if we want to attain, achieve the goals that we have for ourselves, as a team this year. So just sticking with it, continue to try to improve, on a daily basis, and watching the film, transferring what we're taking away from the film onto the court the next night, and just continue to work to try to put those complete games together.
Last question, Terry Davis.
How you doing? You doing all right?
I'm good. How are you?
When you play in a 72-game season, when you come and play one of the better teams, last week with Utah, then you played somebody like Minnesota that's lower. How do you keep that mentality up to go out there and bring 100%, against the lower tier teams versus the top tier teams?
Yeah, I mean, it's the NBA, so any night, any team can win, any team can compete. They're still pros at the end of the day, just like us. So you don't take anything for granted. You don't take any opponent for granted. You don't let your guard down. That's a part of growing as a team. So we're gonna have to be locked in tonight. They're playing well, especially as of lately. You don't look at their record or anything like that. So you gotta be prepared. You gotta be locked in. For them, just like we were for the Jazz or for any other opponent.
Thanks, Tyus.
Thank you guys.